The winter storm that brought us snow and ice is long gone, but try telling that to somebody who's still digging out. Many streets, even some busy streets, are still covered with snow. It's been another long day of trying to get moving again. Local 12 meteorologist Josh Knight has been checking some of those trouble spots, and he joins us live at Newport with a look at the efforts aimed at clearing the snow. Now, Josh, how are you doing?
Hey, Rob, we're doing all right. What we're finding here is that many of the streets in Newport are still covered with a packed down snow and ice. This here, we're on Monmouth, and as you can see, still plenty of that right along the road. And to give you a sense for where we are, we're right by Newport on the levee. So this is a very often traveled area and one of those busier streets. But there's two things that happened with this storm that made it worse than what we've seen in the past. Some of those, one ingredient that's been added into the mix, and there's one ingredient that's been missing. All across Newport, people continue to dig out cars and drive on many ice and snow-covered roads. Mary Mitz has lived in her house off Park Avenue for more than 50 years, and she says the roads are usually better.
You know, you have ice under and then snow and ice on top, so normally the street is very clean.
But still, she was taking up for the crews, even complimenting them.
With the lower temperatures, I don't think there's a lot they can do.
City workers say they are still out doing everything they can.
We've got several crews out, and they're in the process of pushing the snow back and widening up the streets. All the streets have been plowed at least once through everything.
There are two issues in particular giving cities additional problems with this snowfall. Most of what fell around here wasn't snow at all. It was actually sleet,
which was very dense and very hard to plow and push. And it's compacted on several streets, which makes it very difficult to clear.
That also explains why John Mcallister is using some unusual tools to help get out this car.
I'm using a pick instead of your typical snow shovel. Yeah, it's a little different.
Aside from the type of winter weather, Newport has another issue. They've run out of salt.
Our supplier ran out. We've had salt on order for going on 3 weeks now, and we have yet to see that delivery.
Even ordering well ahead of time wasn't enough. Still, without salt, crews aren't stopping.
Well, I can promise you that we're not going to quit until we're finished getting these things cleared up, and that we understand their pain and their suffering that they're going through.
Part of the problem here in Newport is actually storing the salt. They just don't have a big enough facility to hang on to too much, and about each storm that comes through, they use close to about 100 tons, treating about 65 lane miles, so it just takes about 5 storms and then they're out. So even ordering well ahead of time, once again, just isn't enough. They can usually replenish that supply, but this year that's been a much bigger challenge. Rob?
Josh, the other thing we're not getting this time round is any melting of any sort, are we?
No, the temperatures certainly aren't helping, and then tonight we get even colder, so that ice and snow that's packed onto the street, it's even tougher for them to break apart.
Josh, thanks very much. Cincinnati crews say they've cleared a path through 75% of the city's residential areas, and they are still at work, and they continue hauling snow out of downtown.